Hello everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Sword, but we only can use grass-type Pokemons. Once again, this is a hardcore Nuzlocke, so we are not going to be using items between battle. We are only going to be using grass Pokemon. We can only catch one per route as long as it is also a grass Pokemon. We must name the Pokemon. I have a fun little thing what we're going to do to name the Pokemon between these episodes and everything. And once again, we are not following the over-leveling clause at this current moment. Or I guess we are at the current moment, but we are not going to in the future more than likely. But let's go on, jump right into it and enjoy today's episode. We're going to take on these interviewers because this is one of the few times we actually get to do a double battle with our new Pokemon. We see a Helioptile and a Clink. We're going to use Shiftry and Thwackey because these are our two strongest Pokemon and we actually get to see the damage that they can do. So a singular Leaf Blade is able to take out Helioptile. That's a lot of damage, and Thwackey is going to try his best with a Magical Leaf on this Clink, which hilariously does a lot less than I was expecting. The metal sounds are going to come out here, but that really does not matter to me. It just has no real effect on us in this battle. The Shiftry is going to come out and do a Leaf Blade. That's going to do a lot more than Magical Leaf, funny enough, so we're just going to finish him up with a Magical Leaf, and this is a very strong combo. Rolling into the next area, there's only one grass Pokemon here on Route 5 that we really need. We're going to grab a Shed Tail over here in the item, but the Pokemon that we're looking for in this area is, again, the singular grass Pokemon in this entire area that we can catch. Funny enough, I could not grab him. He is a 10% encounter rate. Everything else is so much higher, so we kept running into like Swirlixes and the Stuffles because I don't know. We found a bunch of these things, these Dottlers. Good Pokemon, crazy good, especially if you get them into an Orbeetle, and very threatening to this actual playthrough. But the Pokemon that we're actually looking for here is what we found in this grass, and it is Applin, the grass dragon Pokemon. And since we're playing Sword version, he's actually going to be Flapple, which is going to be a crazy good offensive Pokemon for us. Now, we didn't have much anything to do here, otherwise we would probably one-shot him because he's very weak early on. So we throw Pumpkaboo out, and funny enough, he has Astonish, which is Stab. So we're going to go for a Confuse Ray, try to weaken him, try and slow him down a little bit, maybe get him to hurt himself and weaken himself down enough for us to take him out. He breaks through the confusion on the next round, hits us with Astonish. Again, scary damage, so we're going to throw a Pokeball at him, and he's going to break out immediately. And after these Astonishes back and forth, unfortunately lose Pumpkaboo so quickly to a critical hit from that Astonish, which is really sad, but also not a big deal because to evolve Pumpkaboo, we really need to trade him, and we can't do that in this playthrough. So we're going to go out into Glossifleur, who is going to be able to tank pretty much any hit from this Applin. I probably should have done this from the beginning, but you know, hindsight's 2020. So we're going to use Sing here to put Applin to sleep after weakening him down just enough to get him into the yellow. After that, we were actually able to throw a Great Ball this time while he's asleep, while he's lower HP and where our Pokemon is higher up, and we're able to catch Applin here, which is going to be great. Afterwards, at the end of Route 5, we do come up to the bridge here where Team Yell is harassing this scientist, doctor. I don't really know what he is, but with that, we're going to have to take on Team Yell and take them out. These guys are really a big joke. This guy's going to throw out Galarian Zigzagoon. We're going to throw out Thwackey. We're going to poke this thing twice. You know, this is just what Thwackey is just good at, just poking Pokemon and other dogs in the face with a stick until they go down or faint. But we're going to poke the Zigzagoon again and take him down. Then we have the second Team Yell member that we have to play against, who has a Thievul, and actually this is still the first. So this guy has a Thievul here who has a Beat Up, but that's his second Pokemon, so we already took out his first. So Beat Up's not really going to do anything. We're going to poke him a couple times. The Snarl's going to come out here, and I believe it crits, which is very scary enough because I could have done a lot more damage. It lowers our special attack, but that doesn't matter. We're going to poke him again with a stick. Now we get to go on to the second one, who actually has a Sableye, one of the few times you'll see this in the campaign. We're going to use Thwackey. Now Thwackey's really weak on health, so we're actually just going to bring him back. Throw Shiftry out here. Have no real problem with this scratch. Leaf Blade, again, a crazy good on Shiftry with a higher chance to crit. Gets a crit and takes out the Sableye. After we take out both of these guys, the kind of get scared. Just like every single gang member of this group is just very weak and very cowardly, so they're going to run off. The doctor here is going to give us a Rotom Bike, which is actually going to help us get to places a lot faster. Makes us a little bit electrifiedly charged, and we're going to use that to come all the way up here, and we're going to have to battle Hop. Now Hop is going to challenge us to a battle just like he always does. No real surprise how this is going to go. He's going to throw out Wooloo. We're going to throw out Shiftry. We have two great Pokemon. Shiftry's going to use a Leaf Blade here, instantly knock out Wooloo. This is going to be a repeat of like our last series where we had one Pokemon that just decimated the game, and that's just Shiftry. So we have to be very careful and not overuse him here. We are going to use Brutal Swing, does a good 50% to Corvisquire. His Fury attack, which was kind of funny because I was really expecting a Peck to come out here. That would have been a little bit more scary, but it doesn't do any damage, and we'll use another Brutal Swing to take out Corvisquire. Next Pokemon coming out here is going to be Drizzle. Sobble's evolution here, he's the emo kid and the pre-evolution to Inteleon. We're just going to use a Leaf Blade, and weirdly enough, this does not take him out in one shot. It leaves him at 1 HP. Hop cheats yet again via these Nuzlocke rules, uses a Super Potion to heal him up, and we're going to teach him, you don't do that, and we're going to hit him on another Leaf Blade and instantly take him down, winning us that battle. At the end of this battle, however, Oddish here is going to evolve into Gloom. I don't know what we're going to use from here. I don't know if we're going to use Vileplume or Blossom. I'm actually leaning more towards the Blossom route because Vileplume is just overused in my opinion, but that's not a big deal. So Hop is just like everybody else going to insult us by handling us a revive, cheering that he's heading on to Nessa, the next gym, and running away. Always. I don't know why. Here in the next town over where Nessa is at, we're actually going to run into Chairman Rose and his assistant, and they're going to be talking to some fangirls. They are going to invite us to come to the restaurant after we take Nessa out, and that's exactly what we're going to do after we take Nessa out. Alina here is his assistant. Again, she's going to tell us, grab the badge and come on back. So we have to go find Nessa because she's not in the gym. So we're going to find some Super Potions over here by the lighthouse. Also, while we're here, we're going to get Electro Web, a useless move we'll probably never use and unfortunately cannot sell for money. Also over here, we do have Nessa, Rule 34 in the internet / Reddit's favorite girl. She is just overlooking this. She's going to give us her card. We'll have some good use for that later. She tells us she likes fishing and that we should go meet her back in the gym so we can take on the gym mission. Now, while we're here, this is very weird. This is a whole bunch of pipes. It kind of brings me back to the 90s with the whole pipes wallpaper and everything, but we're going to have to turn some pipes off, turn some pipes on, and essentially go through this maze / puzzle, like button puzzle kind of thing to go on and progress through into the next area. So it's not too complicated. The red button changes the red flow, yellow button changes the yellow flow, and blue will change the blue flow. You just kind of have to do these in the right order to get them through. Now, I did skip all of the trainer battles because it's not a big deal, but while we're in here, Gossifleur is going to evolve into Eldegoss, who I don't, again, know if I'm really going to use. Eldegoss is a very tanky mon, so maybe we'll use it for some kind of stall later in the game if we really need it, but it's not the highlight here and everything. It's still a good Pokemon to have. So continuing on here, we have to, again, hit the yellow button, turn that one off. It's not rocket science. Use the red so we're able to go through, and the whole goal is to get over to this side where all the blue buttons are at. This one over here is a little bit trickier than normal, so you kind of have to turn that red off, turn the blue on, but then I remember after the fact that, hey, I can't go here, so I actually have to come all the way down here twice now because I actually got trapped. So we actually have to go back, undo everything we just did with the red and the blue. I kind of get lost here, so we have to go right back again, and that's actually the whole reason I speed these up so you guys can see them from start to finish without any real confusion. So we have to turn the blue off, turn the red back on so that we were able to go back down here with no problems, to turn the yellow on to go through the red path, and then press the red, then press the blue, and then go on into Nessa to take her on for the gym challenge. And yeah, this again, not too bad. Now we go down the stairs and up we go, and that is actually going to be the water gym mission. Walking through the doors here, we are going to take on Nessa in her gym area, and this is the same as the whole last thing. We enter this gigantic stadium, we meet in the middle, we kind of, you know, do our bow, and we go off to our separate sides to begin this battle. Now, Nessa's gonna have water Pokemon, no real surprise there. Her first Pokemon here is gonna be Goldeen. Now, Goldeen can typically use X, so I'm gonna use Gloom, who I forgot to rename, so we're just gonna refer to it as Oddish in this, and Oddish is gonna use Giga Drain and have no real problems and take Goldeen down here. This is kind of funny because I was not expecting Oddish / Gloom to have zero problems with this match, but Arrokuda comes out, who should be faster than us in almost every situation. It's going to use Bite, it's going to tickle us, we're going to use Giga Drain, take it out in one shot, and heal ourselves back up. This was funny because I knew we weren't going to have too many problems with Nessa. However, I was not expecting this to be an absolute slaughter. So Dreadnought's going to come out, he's a rock water type. Nessa's going to go ahead and Dynamax him because this is normal. If we do the rematch later in the game, Dreadnought will be standing up on 2 legs because that's cooler, I guess. So we're going to also Dynamax our Gloom here because there's no real reason not to. You get a free Dynamax at some point in this game, and I usually save it for the end. The Max Strike's going to come out here, do a good 30%, which honestly scared me if this was going to have to go on because that means we were risking a crit and possibly losing Gloom here. However, the max overgrowth is going to come out here, be 4 times effective, and instantly take out Dreadnought. I knew it was 4 times higher and Dynamax, but I just did not expect that it would take him out in one shot. Nessa's not very happy that that happened. She was very upset. However, we do win the water badge, so we get to meet up in the middle, just like we did with Milo, shake hands like we're exchanging a little baggie. She's going to give us the water badge, making that the second badge here. Afterwards, we get to go towards the restaurant where Chairman Rose and Olina said they will be, and we actually see that Sonia is up here. So we're going to go up, join them for dinner. They, you know, are still surprised that we were invited, but that's not a big deal. So we get this great view of the stadium, a great meal offered by the chairman, and he loves seafood, as do I. Again, I live in Florida. It's kind of hard not to like seafood here. He thanks us for doing some research on the Dynamax problem, as well as using the Dynamax bracelets or the wishing star. They're going to take off. Sonia essentially just tells us that, hey, you got the water badge. Here's Retaliate. I don't know if I'm ever going to use that, but it might have a use if we actually end up getting swept later in this gameplay. And Sonia is going to leave, so our job here is done. We're going to go ahead and leave the restaurant as well and meet Hop outside. He's going to tell us that we have to go fight the fire gym trainer Kabu, which is going to be very scary, and I don't know what we're going to do from there. I would like to thank everybody for watching today's episode. Please make sure you like the video. If you like the video, drop a comment down below about what you would like to see in the next series or how you guys are liking this video. Subscribe to the channel so you know when we are posting new videos. If you hit the little bell icon next to that, you'll get notified whenever we get to post videos. Also, check down in the info description. We have all of my social links, how you guys can get a hold of me if you have requests or pretty much just any little loose ends you could possibly think about. And once again, if you guys like the video, go ahead, press that like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.